Okay, crazy cop story. I got a couple little crazy cop stories here. I don't want to screw them up. I got two. Alright, they're still here. I got them. So, the first one is I was working auto theft. Call it 10851. A stolen vehicle is 10851. So what we did is there's a group of us, 8, 10 of us from different agencies. They grab all these people, they put us together, and we work all these different counties, and all we do is auto theft, auto restraint, burglaries, people who are stealing, selling parts, chop shops, all that stuff. So that's all we did. So we're working auto theft, and in this one city, they had this car that was stolen, and every, Thursday, this car would come out, it would go to the gas station, it would fill up his car, run, give a bogus number, say they're going to pay cash, say they didn't know, and they would drive off and steal the gas. And as soon as the gas company told them what the plate was, the grocery store or whatever, they bought the gas, the cops would say, that's a stolen vehicle. So, and then the cops would get in a pursuit, and this car kept losing the cops. I mean, this went on for like 3 or 4 weeks, and they're like, hey, we can't catch this guy. We don't have the people, or when they call, the officers are tied up, or we only got one guy and he gets away, and hey, it's an auto theft case, why don't you guys come and help us catch him? We go, okay, no problem. So here we come, Thursday, we roll into town, we all got our Hawaiian shirts on, because we're driving undercover cars, different kind of crazy cars that you wouldn't suspect to be cops. And so we go in and we're like, okay, we'll just cruise around the neighborhood, see if we see the car. We're waiting this Thursday night, he's come out the last 3 nights, he'll probably come out tonight. Well, sure as shit, bam, he just did a 211 or robbed or whatever, stole gas, committed a theft at the grocery store, and he's on this area. So we're like, shit, so we all scurry over there. Well, by the time we get there, the car is parked. We find the car. Nobody can see the car. We drive around the area, and because there's 6 or 8 of us, we find the car. It's parked. And we're like, okay. And when you're working auto theft, you always want the body, because it's easy to get a car. Somebody dumps it, they burn it, they steal it, they use it in a crime, they jump out and run. It's easy to get the car. We were all about bodies. We want to connect a body and get somebody charged and get an auto theft guy off the street. Sacramento is the highest auto theft place in the whole country. I mean, it's just crazy with auto theft. So that's why it was a Sacramento Auto Theft Task Force. So anyway, we're working this, and we see the car. We're like, okay, I got the car, so let's keep going. Let's not burn it. They're going to come back and get it or move it. Or we're going to figure out where they're at, because we'll sit on it. We get overtime. We don't care. We'll work all night, so we're making big bucks because we're getting time and a half, so we don't care. So we go, okay, well, let's go down and keep an eye on it. So we go down to the end of the street here, and we're way down the street. We got our binoculars. We're parked in our little car, so we look like kind of just people parked on the street. And I've got a pickup truck, so I got the tailgate open, and we're back there, and we're like, shit, a few hours later, nobody's hit this car or anything, so we're still standing around waiting, and we're like, I'm hungry. And nobody wants to leave to go get something, so we order a pizza. So we call the pizza guy, and we go, hey man, can you just deliver it to this corner of this street? And they're like, oh hey, no man, we'll get robbed. We can't deliver. We need a physical address. We're not at an address. We're cops, man. We're right here. No man, you're trying to set us up and rob us. So the pizza guy gives us a hard time. We say, look dude, call dispatch. Dispatch's going to tell you that it's really cops that are out here. We tell dispatch, he calls, okay, we're bringing your pizza out. Okay, so we're sitting here, we're waiting, nothing's happening, we're talking, BSing. Pizza guy comes up, pulls up, kind of looks all suspicious, still don't believe it. We uncover our guns in bed, say it's cops, come over here, we pay him, he gets out of there. So we start eating pizza on the back of this tailgate. And we get in about 2 bites apiece, and all of a sudden, here comes 3 damn people walking up on the car. We're like, shit! So we're looking, and there comes, so everybody scurries to get in their car in case they take off, because we want them driving. If you're just in the car, it's not as easy case unless you're driving. So we really want you moving, which is kind of a fallacy for auto theft, because that's how you get in pursuits and people get hurt. So it's kind of a stupid rule, but that's just the way it is. You want the guy driving and moving. So we don't know where he's going to go, but if we get him rolling, there's enough of us, we got people all around, he ain't going too far, we're going to lock him down. So here comes this guy, and I think 2 girls, maybe 2 guys and 2 girls, and they're walking around the car, and they're looking around, and we're like, shit, did we get burned? Why are they being so suspicious? If it's their car, why don't they just get in it? So they're looking, all of a sudden one of them opens the door, looks around, gets in, starts handing out CDs to the guy on the outside. The girls are looking on the back corner, and we're like, dude, I think they're because no way are they gonna. So we're laughing our ass off because they stole all these guys' tape. They took shit out. They were piling shit. So we're like, shit. We want the car and the driver. If he lost his shit, we don't care. So those people just walked. They just got away. We didn't go after them. They took all the shit. They're covering it, and then they scurry off. So we're sitting there like, well, shit. Now what? Well, we waited, and about 45 minutes later, guys come out, and they look at it, and they're pissed off, and they're like, yo, what? And we can see their hands, and because they know they got somebody stole all the shit out of their car, or stole the car, so they're upset, and they're like, shit, blah, blah. But anyway, so we watch them, we're ready. Sure enough, they get in, they start it up, and it rolls. So we scurry around, we stop, end up blocking them off and getting them into custody and shit, but pretty funny story. I mean, our pizza was in the back of the truck, and we ended up taking off after. Our pizza went everywhere. We didn't get to eat our pizza, but it was one of the funnier stories. So, what's the other story I had? Oh, all right. So we're working in this other. I'm working in this other area. I'm working patrol, so I'm in uniform, and we get called to this one area, this one neighborhood, that every time cops go in there, cops weren't allowed to go in there by themselves. You had to have at least 2 units to go into this area because it was such a shithole. So a cop was in there, and he double unit or 2 cops, and they called for assistance. So we go out there, and you know, it's kind of like every call in there. You get 50 people start coming out, and they start hollering and throwing shit and flicking cigarettes and doing stupid shit while the cops are out there trying to hook the guy. Well, there was a black officer there, and this one black dude was like all over one of the black officers. I don't know why he picked him out. I think he was maybe a corporal. Maybe that's why he got his attention, because there was 2 or 3 black cops with us and 2 or 3 white cops, and a sergeant who was white. So, but the corporal there, for some reason, this guy really focused on him. I mean, he was dogging him. You're a freaking traitor, Uncle Tom, white man. I mean, he was calling him everything he could because he was arresting a brother. And so, you know, the rest of us are just kind of sitting there with our batons and ready, and we're looking for weapons, and we're kind of basically just doing security around the guys who are arresting the guy. Well, all of a sudden, this guy yells out, "Motherfucker, if you didn't have that badge on, I'd kick your ass." And this cop was a pretty buff cop. He's like, "Yeah, motherfucker." He pulls off his fucking badge, and he's standing over by his car. This cop throws his badge on the car and goes, "Let's go!" And they fucking start swinging, and the crowd's hooting and hollering, and I'm sitting here like, what the are you kidding me? I couldn't believe it. And all the other cops, nobody's getting involved. Everybody's just kind of like, all right, stay back, stay back. So we end up refereeing this cop and this dude in this neighborhood, throwing down, going to blows, crowds yelling, crowds cheering for him. We're trying to keep the peace. I'm like, what the hell? After they throw blows for a few minutes and everything, they end up pushing each other. Finally, for some reason, we got them separated. Either some guys grabbed him or we grabbed, somehow we got separated. The sergeant goes, everybody's get in your car, grab your arrestees, let's get out of here. So we all jump in the car, we leave. A few minutes later, sergeant says, all right, I need everybody to rendezvous over here, we need to meet and debrief this incident. Debrief. Debrief is code for, we gotta figure out what we're gonna say, have it out here in case shit is banned. So we go to this debriefing, and we're in a parking lot, and I'm expecting the sergeant to go, dude, that was unprofessional, you can't do that, you put us at risk, you can't be punching people. I'm expecting something like this. The sergeant is out there and it's like, damn, that was crazy. He goes, he looks at the guy who got a fight, he goes, dude, next time you do that, you gotta give me some advance notice so I can get some more units there. And I'm sitting here like, are you freaking kidding me? Are you? I just couldn't believe it. And again, I mean, I was a little bit different than a lot of cops. I was just, you know, because of my prior military, by the rule, you just don't do things like that. So, hi, Smokey. Hi, Moki. Gonna come say hi to you YouTubies? So anyway, that incident, I was shocked. I was really expecting somebody to be like, hey, you can't do that and don't do that. And it was like, hey, if you're gonna do that, let me know so I can get some more units. And those are my crazy cop stories for this one. Smokey, you're a good kitty.